You've discovered Fnackyleaves, the densest jungle in the land. Better get hacking. We are lonesome animals that spend all our life trying to be less lonesome. The Surge Surf Factory. Keep your eye out for Wiz while you're here. Let's see. Toxanol's mining led to mass deforestation and increased global warming, as nature couldn't absorb the carbon dioxide and greenhouse gas emissions without the trees. These irreversible changes to the climate also contributed to the evolution and modified our genetic code. Every day is a new chance to fulfill your destiny. Look at the notices on that board. No one paid much attention to them, it looks like. Wiz should be around here somewhere, probably taking care of his guppos. A surge surf factory was one of the cleaner ways to make power, until the surf turned into goo and clogged it all up, that is. The thicker the surf became with goo, the more the machinery clogged up and stopped working. Like most things from the bygone. There are sure to be more tracks around here, maybe by the shore. Wuz isn't easy on the tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of those around these days. Says it's good to see you again. He's Wiz. You might remember him from the old days when he let you try his octopod? Wiz remembers you were such a cheery kid, and he's glad to see that light hasn't faded from you, despite the years. But Wiz understands it was a long time ago, and memories get murkier the deeper you go, but says it helps to have friends with you to plumb those depths. He set up camp at the foot of the Tree of Life. It's gotten more difficult for it to find defenseless prey, as it's already eaten most of them. Wiz says our memory keeps things for us, preserves them until we are ready to face them again. He knows you've returned to face Lupa Lupin, and that confrontation is as inevitable as the tides. He's not surprised that the loss of your family could plunge you into the depths forever, but you've always been able to rise like a bubble to the surface, no matter what. He knows that though the tides of history may push you in one direction, you can always lay your own course. Ultimately, it's your choice. You were the one to be wronged and have lived with the consequences. He believes in consequence as it's a direct result of action. Asks if you ever think about freedom and whether any of us really has it. Did you make the decisions that brought you here, or are you just a pawn of fate? Maybe that's true for you, but he's not so sure about his own fate. Amazed the world is going to continue on, but happy to hear it. Still so many things to invent. Impressed that you fought so hard to keep the world spinning. Thinks you were smart to join with the Myriad. They have a rainbow of ways to approach any problem. Says they're unified in the ways that matter. But that's not nearly as important as this. Wiz says that you should let the past dwell in the depths, but there's something else down there too, gnawing at the Tree of Life. He's named it the Merc Puff. This is why he's Tinkertonkering with the octopod. But the lid got stuck, so he needs a big enough tug twister to open it up and let you a-go-in. He can't leave the surge station, so you must help him find a tug twister. There's a wound-up Mekafingro in the Mecha Stadium that still has one stuck on its back. Find it, and you'll find the tug twister. It's definitely made to lend a helping hand and do the heavy lifting. Toxinol records mention it as an automaton made for moving bionucleus matter into storage areas. Embrace the day. You found the Moly Hole outpost, an old Pichu tribe hole in the wall.
La ara
Shopkeeper claims you won't.
drefuato molala.
The leaves here never die. You just found a fixer-upper. Wonder what finally broke it down. Just put one foot in front of the other. Easy. You run like the wind. Easier to sneak around in the dark, though. An old home. Could be something to it. Finders keepers. That's the hut. Wonder if there's anything still inside. Make that one dead. You need to turn the pegs in sync. Just a few moves left. Make them count. That's spiraled out of control. You need to turn the pegs in sync. That's spiraled out of control. You need to turn the pegs in sync. You need to turn the pegs. That's spiraled out of control. You need to turn the pegs in sync. You need to turn the pegs in sync. That's spiraled out of control. You need to turn the pegs in sync. You really put a spin on it. This might be the end of everything as we know it. Here is the village called Diddlingdoo by those lucky enough to live there. Let's see. Who'd leave rubber scrap lying around like that? Oh, ouch! Charge! Even out here in the burbs, there are still places like that home that bear eyeballing better. It's hard to move through all the plants. That fixer-upper seems like it might be better but torn down. Look! A spiral groover from the long ago. An apparatus that plays melodiscs. Wouldn't be surprised if it still works. Squeeze up and then down. Get the rhythm right. You snapped that off? Feeling pumped up. tough like steel. Maybe just be for a moment. Looks like the groover's arm needs to be nudged to get the needle in position and hear the mellow disc's message. Just a few moves left. Make them count. This plastivinyl clue in a chit-chat code. Lucky I'm still old enough to decipher it. It's about an undercovered place, just a trip trek not far from here. Rubber scrap is too much fun, so stretchy. Keep focused on what you can do today. Tomorrow's already gone. That old home might not be stripped clean yet. Just put one foot in front of the other. Easy. You run like the wind. Look at that metal scrap over there. Metal scrap. Great for making tough things. Listen to the creatures of the night. found a bric-brac that's not absolutely flat. Crackers out! Bullets everywhere. Bites the dust. Control your destiny, or someone else will. Don't want to point a finger, but the Mecha Stadium is near here. That's more than stuck. Just a few moves left. Make them count. You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. That's interesting. Nothing's more important right now than this. You need to loosen the bolts without unsettling it. That's it. The tug twister's loose. Let's hope it turned the grabbing hand into a helping hand, too. A pause place. Probably cleaned out, but you never know. You can do this. Right where it cuts. Scrag them up. Bang Shelter 11E. Just the place to ride out a storm. Everything can be a treat around here. Even you. Impressed you found that, despite all the goo. This place has held power for a long time. In many ways, it still does. Anything that's been ruined can be fixed, but it took a long time to get this bad. It'll take a long time to clean it up, too. Glad you found that track. There's a lot to learn about this world, both here and beyond. This could be the beginning of the end of everything. He believed the tug twister would do the trick, but now realizes brute force won't do the trick. You need something slick. He agrees that it's an option if you want to break stuff, but in this case you want to keep things intact, so it won't leak once you get undersurf. He says the lid should open if you sprinkle grease it. Problem is, he's all out. He knows his old friend Choo-Choo always keeps his grease sprinklers well filled. He should have an extra that you can borrow. He stresses that you should come back as soon as you've retrieved the grease sprinkler. The Merc Puff is crunching bark by the minute. Wiz heard he's currently stranded at the end of the line, so it should be easier to track him down now compared to when he's running rails. It's time to do what's right, for certain values of right. Heroes inspire in a way nothing else can. There's some bouncy rubber scrap over there. The day is here. That there's the Guppy Hut. Might be some gill-catching gear in there. mighty extreme. Keep hammering away. The day can't come soon enough. Got it. Barbecue. Ooh. This is Guppy Grotto. Easy to forget how dangerous this world can be. The Pichu Fortress. Wonder how they'll take you. Let's see. Keep your wits about you. Thought you were smart enough to know better than to try to save things. He knows things that you need to know. Says the Tree of Life's health is that of the world. Sparkles has played. He knows things that says you. The night feels dangerous and exciting. E-waste, the stuff you need. Let's see. It's sweatering here. This is Burblebottom, residence of Gil. Happy to finally get to meet you. He's seen a lot of things. Figures it's impossible. As bad as the air might be, the goo is even worse. It must have been upstream only to get to this point in your histo-future. But which way are you going now? With the flow or against? It's crazy hard to flipper against the surf, but you can't save the world if you let it sweep you away. Either way, it's a shame the surf has gotten so nasty. Thinks life is like trying to ride a wave. You need to pick the right one, but you don't really know which one that is until you're on top of it. Better to ride a wave than let the perfect one pass you by. Seems to... Can't imagine how wonderful it's going to be to surf on gooless goo. The world is going to live. Can't thank you enough for fighting against the goo. Happy you ride alongside the Myriad. They bring a real shine to everything they work with. Thinks that's an excellent point. Riding is life. Work is not nearly as fun. But none of that's nearly as important as enjoying the day, right? He never drank from this pond because of the disgusting things done there. Even the fish stopped drinking here after the pollution made the surf mucked and the air blocked his gills. He figures the Tree of Life isn't drinking either. Or, well, that's not true. He said it does drink, as it has no other choice. It's a tree, but it's forced to drink poison. Claims the surf is poison now. Anything that drinks it becomes poison too, including the Tree of Life. Gil says he feels like a fish out of water because of this, but understands he needs to make a change. He wonders if you know a safe spot, somewhere the water is still clear and unblackened. He says he's ready to get his fingers fished for this. He wants you to lead him to the edge of a place like that, where the surf is see-through, or at least, drinkable. Thanks you for being patient with him.
to worry.
Gil says it's always a pleasure talking to you.
Panguel matter.
Says you should... Someone locked it solid. Have you been up all night? Now that's loot.
Mentua Bidnuff Tournament Array Key.
Gil clearly has his head above the surface now that his fish is in the water, and asks you to find and free the peewee gargantua from the bandits now that you're on a roll, saving surfing creatures.
Bidnuff Tournament Array Key.
Gil says he feels he owes you something, but understands you have no time to spill as the fate of the world is at stake. But he's found lots of waste when exploring the land in search of clear surf. He's happy to give you the bearings when you have time. He's sure you'll find something of value if you swim that way.
Must face with Aira.
Says when the waters got so bad he didn't have any choice, but he waited too late to succeed. Without you, that is.
Fest and trip.
Here's you might be ready to surf out of here on an ark. Not wild like nature, but wild like wild, right? With the surf clearing up now, he's not sure why you'd want an ark at all. Thanks you for trying to get the surf to ungoo, as brutal a job as it can be. Asks...
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help you.
Why? You don't need anyone else but yourself and me, of course, but I'm a part of you, so that doesn't count.
If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to...
But you know you can't go on without me.
I think we...
Tayon Guardway, Furish, a steady of man.
Just stunned that you want him to surf the stars with you. Space waves are the best waves ever.
Tayon Guardway, Furish.
Gil is always ready to help. Easy to forget how dangerous this world can be. Plastic scrap stays forever, but maybe you can make something out of it. Bang Shelter 11G. Too bad these aren't proof against the end of the world. You could be a secret here forever. A bric-brac that's still standing. Now, that's a find. The cranks need to be unturned in the right order. Just a few moves left. Make them count. That's an improvement. That's a keeper. You got something great in the making? It worked. Could be a monster napping here at any time of day. Let's see. The world needs a shower sometimes too. It's the Benearth outpost, right where the Pichu tribe dug it up. Let's see. Happy you found Wiz. That's one sharp Tinkertonker.